Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, o see them yopo.
Mema wakwaba e de ba PENDREAM TV so make sure say obe subscribe to channel no click bell so say the news to our sabit me aka ntem no watie afa so make sure say obe like na wa comment no share ama afoforo so nsaka na comment section ho so no opese wo kire wa adwen obetimi e de wa adwen kire ato honom na amanfo so anya bia kenkan na onim say PENDREAM TV de eye nsem a ekoso Ghana yam politics mu ne de ba na yasaka ya ne de abranti na so me video I saka pese no che na ye de ba nti me mo modern astro so obehwe video we amana si awie na wa kire wa adwen e comment section na se yenko video.
Should we be as concerned as these persons think we should be? Kenneth Thompson, Sektekpe, Dr. Tuahini.
In all honesty, we should be concerned. I don't even know whether to laugh or to cry. Because we've been here before.
Yes.
Yesterday I was having a conversation with one of my colleagues and I told him that, look, it feels like HIPIC 2.0. Because if you know how I went to HIPIC, it was the same thing. And after that we got some debt forgiveness, some breathing space. And even that breathing space, these donors are not going to bring you cash. They bought us rice to do the Cape Coast Road, if you remember.
Yeah.
They gave the Japanese.
HIPIC was even total, right?
Yes, total. But
it was total debt forgiveness.
Yes, but there will be some conditions in there.
Yes.
There will be some other conditions in there that obviously will not. They brought us, I remember they gave us rice for us to do the Accra Cape Coast Road.
But they must sell the rice of their farmers.
No, exactly.
Yes.
If I that rice, they brought it from Thailand because Japan had invested in Thailand, in the Thai rice, and they brought us rice. So, obviously, some respite will do. But the most important thing is what you do with that respite. Because if you are going to use that respite to take care of recurrent debt, we'll come back to square one. And that's why I was saying that I don't know whether to laugh or to cry, because 20 years ago, we went this path. We believed that we would come out and then 20 years down the line would have become an industrial society. 20 years down the line, we are back to square one. Going to ask for debt forgiveness again.
Master, 20 years ago, at the time that we went to HIPIC, we were spending 2/3 of our export earnings on debt servicing. Today we have exceeded that figure. Today we are spending 128% of total national revenue, not export earnings, total national revenue, on debt servicing, debt repayment, and public sector emoluments. We are worse off than we were 20 years ago when we went to HIPIC.
So, coming back to my point, the respite is not the most important thing. What you do with that respite is the most important thing. For example, if you use that respite to take care of education, yes, education serves a purpose, but 20 years down the line, we need to use that respite to develop our productive sectors, our manufacturing sectors and our productive sectors with value. Sectors that will bring value. Because no country under the sun has borrowed their way out of poverty. No country. Not China, not Japan, not South Korea, none of them. Any country that has come out of poverty in the last 100 years, even America, when it became great, it was because they were producing, they were actively manufacturing. So, for me, not to sound pessimistic, I'm a perpetual optimist. We recognize the problem and then solve the problem. What Ken Thompson and co are saying are factual. It's true. If we don't take the bull by the horn and resolve the problems, public expenditure, the cost of running government alone is so high. Today we have to cut our coat by our coat by the size of our cloth, because we cannot afford to do the same things over and over again. We cannot continue to live the way we're living and expect change. No. For that one, on that score, I side with them. But being a perpetual optimist, I believe that we've come to a realization that, look, we cannot borrow our way out of poverty, and therefore, we have to take the necessary steps. But I believe that hopefully when Dr. Bamia gets the nod, we'll be able to also work alongside with them and get things done or get Ghana changed, because that is the only way. That is the only way. Otherwise, we'll be back here 10 years down the line discussing the same thing, because we'd have gone the Argentinian way, where every 4 years they go and review. You know, you see that Argentinian ship in Ghana some time ago. Yes, creditors will chase you everywhere. And it is no different from even your private life. If you run a business, the business goes into difficulty, you cannot pay. Until the business stands on its feet and is producing, there's no way you can take care of the debt. And it's the same thing that applies to the state. Until the state is able to, do proper value addition, not mining. Mining, we know what we are getting from there. Cocoa is finished. What else is there? So we would have to look at productive sectors, whether it's agro-processing, whether it's manufacturing, garment manufacturing, whatever it is, something that will earn us valuable income, hard foreign exchange, so that we're able to take care of our debts as a country and go for it. And there's countless examples of countries that have been through similar situations and have come out. Malaysia did, they came out of it. South Korea did, they came out of it. South Korea, they even borrowed money to produce hair, wigs. That was their first export. Wigs. They took the money from Barclays Bank, and they did that. And that's, earlier when I was speaking, I was talking about this 10 billion we had borrowed in 6 years. I asked myself, and Ken Thompson speaks about it as well, 10 billion in 6 years. What did we do with the 10 billion? If you used it for infrastructure, no problem. But that infrastructure may not necessarily bring you growth. The kind of growth that creates jobs and creates wealth for the state. That same 10 billion, I can give you an example of a country like Vietnam. Samsung took 17 billion there, and that 17 billion yields Vietnam over $100 billion a year just in electronics exports. All the televisions and mobile phones that Samsung sells around the world comes out of Vietnam with a similar amount of money. So ask yourself what we did with our 10 billion in the last 6 years. We used it to pay recurrent debt. So whatever you do, it's just your expenditure and your income. Until you're able to build that income portion and the state is able to raise enough to take care of its basic needs and debt, we'll be sitting where we're sitting, and we'll come back to the same point 20 years down the line. So for me, my suggestion will be that whatever the respite is in the next 3 to 4 years, whatever we need to do to whether if it means we have to go out there and bring foreign investors to come and invest in certain sectors that will help us grow our exports, let us do it. If that is all we can do as a government, let us do it. Let us do that. Let it create the jobs. Let us bring value into the economy. Let it bring valuable exports into the economy so that we make some good revenue out of it. And then, obviously, we'll be able to now take care of our debts and grow from there. That is my suggestion, and that's what I believe that when Dr. Baume gets the opportunity, he will do.
So on the last part, what do you say to people who say that why will I entrust the future of this country to the same people who took us into the ditch that we find ourselves in?
So if you say the people that took us into the ditch, that would be wrong. You see, the ditch, we're already heading towards the ditch. We started heading towards the ditch.
But we pushed faster into the ditch in the last 8 years.
We were heading towards the ditch as far back as 2007, 2008, when before we went for the first Eurobond loan. Mm-hmm. It was, we had a 10-year period to pay. Mm-hmm. And it was going to be due after that. When Kufuor left and Atalios came, they continued. Mm-hmm. So it was like free money, kicking down the can down the road, and we'll catch up with it later. Today, the can has catch up with us. So it was going to catch up with us.
But in fact,
it was even going to catch up with us. The first set was going to catch up with us in 2017.
We started moving towards the ditch.
Yes.
February 24th, 1966, we started. But you see, over the last 8 years, there has been an acceleration.
The acceleration came up.
There has been an acceleration.
In fact, I keep coming back to the fact that COVID exposed us. It made the people of Ghana, it's like you be with your home, with your family, and you've lost your job, but you're not able to tell your wife and kids. So you pick from here, you borrow from here, you are just keeping, a good appearance. Exactly. Then, all of a sudden, all those streams are closed. obviously you become exposed and you have to tell your wife and kids. That's what happened to Ghana when COVID
Because
came.
I was even going to
Because when
use-
COVID came,
I'm not sure that is what happened. Listen to your own parliamentary candidate for Zanlerugu. She's the one who came and told us that they gave her part of the COVID money for her campaign. They gave her part of the money to share among constituency chairpersons, police station agents, and so on.
we can come back to
So,
that. That's the money.
COVID
No,
gave you so much
no.
money that you could
COVID-
actually afford to
COVID
use
also brought in
some for
some money.
campaign.
The
agree.
point I
But
wanted
what
to
I'm-
raise with you
Yes.
was that even if we were to look at just Eurobond,
Yes.
and you trace the thing back to 2007,
Seven.
when the capital market became open
Yes.
as a result of debt forgiveness and
Yes.
our debt profile and all that. If you look at that 10-year period, from 2007 to 2016,
Yeah.
how much of Eurobond money did we go for? As against 2017 to
Okay, so
2020.
between 2007 and now, we've done 15 billion.
Yes.
And
Out of that 15 billion.
11 billion was done between 2017 and now.
Not even now. 2017,
2020,
2020 or 2021.
21. And then 20,
Yes.
between 22 and now,
Yes.
that's not even Eurobond. Other
Yes.
borrowings, we've done 2 billion.
No, I mean, even for, I'm saying just Eurobond.
So,
We used 4 years. We took 11 billion in 4 years. When for 10 years, we are down only 4 billion.
So
the issue of the acceleration into the ditch, because if you trace it to 2007, from 2007 to 2016, if Eurobond, we did only 4 billion. Then in just 4.5 years, we went 11 billion. At the time, and you see, I'm saying this, at the time when we have been complaining about Ghana's debt situation, at the time when we have been complaining about debt to GDP, then we get an opportunity, and what we do is that we almost treble or triple.
because we're just borrowing to pay recurrent debt. And for that one, I always believe it's a problem. If you borrow to pay recurrent debt, it doesn't make sense. That's my view. You borrow to take care of productive activity. So if you...
And when we complained, they told us that we
But
don't
it's not-
understand it. There's reprofiling and
we did
all manner of adjectives.
rebasing and all those things.
No, I'm saying this
Yes.
one. When we started complaining, we were told about reprofiling and something. We didn't go to business school. We didn't go to Ivy League, so we don't understand those things.
No, we understand.
That's
But-
where we are.
No, but the truth is that it cannot be attributed to a particular government only. That's what I was trying to drive. He is talking about acceleration. But I'm saying that it is the nature of the way we have structured our economy from day one, maybe from 66, when we couldn't fully industrialize, till date. And for me, I don't want to go back and forth on who did what and who did what. Let's look at the solutions, how we find solutions to the problem. And that solution is for us to industrialize. At any cost, we have to industrialize.
But my brother, first of all, I mean, we have to find solutions to the problem. I agree. We need to understand the problem. We need to agree on the problem. What are Ghanaians looking for? I mean, the average Ghanaian family is just looking for the ability to be able to grind pepper. Don't talk about the addition of KK. Just grind pepper for the family of 5. That's all. Now, I don't know if you go to the market. I do sometimes. A ball of tomatoes this size is 5 cedis. Randy, a ball of tomatoes this size is 5 cedis. Now, I have the benefit of old age. Okay? So, listen to me very carefully. 1 ball of tomatoes cost more than my first car, which I bought in 1976. Can you believe it? 1 tomatoes cost far more than my first car, which I bought in 1976. And I bought my car in 1976 for 350 cedis. You understand?
Yeah, but the value of the present value of the money and the future value of the money will not be the same.
Yes.
So if it was 350 then,
Yes.
350 in today's present value will be completely different. It might be the same as, I mean, if you could buy a car for £100 in 1980 or 1981. Today, that same £100 is the equivalent of maybe $100,000.
The fact is
Yes.
that today what I spent in buying one ball of tomatoes is more expensive than what I spent in buying a car in 1976.
On the face of it.
Yes.
That's the reality. In terms of real values and so on. You understand? Now, listen, if one ball of tomatoes like this is 5 cedis, and there's a family of 5, mother, father, and 3 children, and mind you, a ball of kenke is how much?
5 cedis.
5 cedis, from 50 pesos to 5 cedis in less than 8 years, and so on. How do they survive?
No, so
The people are not asking for much. They just want to be able to buy kenke and have pepper and some very little fish to go along with it. That's all they want. They are not asking for the moon. They are not like the middle class and upper middle class and so on, who are looking for land cruisers and so on. They are asking for kenke and fish.
So it means that you need 10 cedis to eat a bowl of kenke and fish.
One person.
Yes.
Oh, stop that.
No, I'm saying
Stop
10
that.
cedis.
How?
That's what it means.
One of my friends,
Yes.
when he sits down to eat.
Oh no, as for him,
No,
is,
hold on. He actually eats 6 balls.
Oh no. Because he asked for that one there. That one. We have to. He needs to see a specialist.
But he's a Ghanaian.
No, but on the average, let's say somebody who is just 1 ball. That's the point I'm making, Kwesi.
Well, most people would eat 2 balls.
So, Kwesi, even if it's 1 ball, the point I'm making is that what it means is that
1 ball is
you
okay.
need a minimum of 10 cedis to just eat a bowl of kenke and fish. Not so.
yes.
I'm not sure.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm not sure because Randy, you
So
know,
if the person has to
recently-
eat 3 times,
No. Randy is more than
even 2 times, that's
It's
20
20
cedis.
No, Randy is more than 10 cedis. Recently, you heard the kenke sellers
Now they don't sell the
threatening
pepper.
that the pepper would be
Yes.
sold.
They sell the pepper.
They
That's
sell
what I
the
was saying.
pepper. So factor that in. Now, why do they sell fish for 5
But
cedis?
you know
What
what-
kind of fish
no,
do they
but you
sell
know
for
why?
5 cedis?
Why?
you can get small,
You know why?
so
You know why
that's
they
good
sell
boys,
the why they sell the pepper?
The cost of the tomato and onion.
Half of the tomatoes in Ghana is imported.
Yeah.
It's imported. The onion is coming from Niger. The tomato is coming from Burkina.
Yeah.
We do ours, but post-harvest losses alone would account for the rise in price because we don't have any mechanism or structure to manage agriculture as an industry or as a business to make sure that
I have deliberately stopped buying okra. Because the last time I attempted to buy okra, Randy, one was for 2 cedis.
even the fish that we are eating,
One okra, one.
the fish that we are eating is not coming from Ghana. It's from Mauritania and Morocco. It's all imported. So that kinky table that you see, if you are not lucky, the kinky itself, the corn, some corn is imported as well. So the corn might be imported or partially imported. The fish might be imported.
The corn meal itself is imported.
The onion is imported. The what do you call it? The vegetable oil that is used to fry the fish is imported.
The fish itself
The
is
fish
imported.
itself is imported. So you are eating somebody's inflation.
Okay. So
If the person happens to be like you, the water he will top the kinky with is also
I
imported.
drink tap water. I drink tap water.
The confidence in our economy is going to come back stronger. Because the world is no longer interested in investing in Ghana because of those there's restructuring. After tomorrow, it will be a different story. Watch the cedi to the dollar after tomorrow. Watch the cedi to the dollar after tomorrow. I know you are interested in that story. Let's watch it and see. The confidence will come. The investors will return to Ghana. And the growth trajectory will even become clearer for all of us. So this election is an election for us to win. The NDC can no longer campaign on the economy. Our record is better than their record. On the size of the economy, we've done better than them. On per capita income, we've done better than them. On job creation, we've done better than them. On economic growth, we've done better than them. They say we went to IMF, but it's not easy to be under an IMF program. Because we've seen them before. When they were under IMF program, by 2016, they missed all the targets. So far, Ghana has become an example. We met all our prior conditions, and the IMF praised us and disbursed $600 million. We did our first review. We passed all the tests. The IMF praised us. They disbursed $600 million. On 28th of this month, we are doing a second review, and I'm telling you that we are going to pass. We will pass. We will meet all the targets, and the IMF will disburse money. Cedi to dollar again. Watch it. When the IMF disburses money on 29th of this month. So everything we have to do to reset our economy, we have done it. We are not going back. We are going to go forward. And so please, ladies and gentlemen, it started from President Kufuor, who identified the land. It took President Akufo-Addo to come and cultivate the land. It would take Dr. Bawumia to bring the food home so that we all eat and rejoice together.